Okay, so I know that a lot of you are freaking out right now because you read the title of this and you're like, oh God, Reverend Pop Pop has turned to the dark side. I promise that isn't the case. But I'm gonna need you to hear me out on this, alright? So, what you will hear a lot from people on the left is that there isn't an actual leftist party in the United States. And they are right about that. The Democratic Party is a neoliberal centrist party. Actually, for the most part, it's a center right party. The notion that the Democrats are far left radicals is absurd. But I'd like to make the case that there really isn't a conservative party in America either. Don't get me wrong, we have a far right party, but we don't really have a conservative one. Because the Conservative Party isn't actually conserving much of anything. I'm probably a lot more conservative than a lot of conservatives are. The way things are supposed to work to have a balanced system is that there's supposed to be a progressive party who promotes, well, progress. And there's supposed to be a conservative party that promotes temperance and tradition. Temperance and tradition aren't necessarily bad things, depending on what you are limiting and what traditions you see as worthy of preservation. A legitimate conservative party might want to, for example, preserve the environment. And not too long ago, conservatives did make that effort. The EPA was created under Nixon. Perhaps a conservative party would have an interest in preserving folk art and traditions across multiple ethnic groups, such as putting money towards preserving Appalachian quilting practices or helping Black Americans reconnect with ancestral traditions. They could also stand in as a voice of reason when it comes to new technologies like AI. A truly conservative voice really could have been useful when it comes to that. Conservatism is supposed to give us a moral and ethical center to return to as the world changes. And if I didn't believe that was a good thing to have, I wouldn't be a minister. Progressives are supposed to move the world forward, to have big ideas and move innovation in new and exciting directions. Conservatives are supposed to say, hey, have we thought through the moral, ethical, and theological implications of making the real life dinosaur island? The thing is, in this country, we have neither a voice of progress nor a voice of temperance. We've gone through so many compromises and party switches and elected so many corrupt and frankly stupid people that what we have right now are a far-right party of absolute lunatics and a neoliberal centrist party so obsessed with the status quo that nothing ever gets done. The Democrats have no desire to progress at all. They are perfectly happy to just stay put as long as they get to keep doing insider trading and have enough of a voter base to keep getting their bills paid. And the Republicans want to roll back 70 years of innovation while grifting for billionaires and fighting to say the N-word. Republicans only really want to preserve white supremacy. Democrats just want to preserve their political relevance. Both are trying to preserve their stock portfolio, and both have people on the Epstein list. Are you not tired of this? Do you not think we all deserve better than this? Wouldn't it be nice for compromises between the parties to actually be substantial and meaningful? Conservatives, aren't you tired of hearing about trans people all the time? Because I can assure you, as a trans person, we are also sick of people talking about trans people all the time. We do not want to be part of this public spectacle. We are just trying to eat cheese and vibe. I don't just want a good life for leftists and liberals. I want a good life for conservatives. A life where we all have access to education and healthcare and basic human rights and dignity. And all of us are being robbed of that. But we have an opportunity here, because our government has been broken beyond repair. Trump may have broken it more quickly, but it was built on kind of a rocky foundation to begin with. We now have the opportunity to make something completely new. A system where conservatives actually conserve things, and where progressives actually make progress. So, conservatives, if any of you are watching right now, what party sounds better to you? one that promotes a world where there are no good tacos and you are stuck in a loveless marriage, but your wife can't own a bank account and you get some revenge on perceived political enemies. A world where politicians keep saying they're going to get you a good job and make groceries less expensive, but they never do. A party that promotes fear and anger to the point you are building apocalypse bunkers. Or do you want a party where you get a good job, being paid a good wage to work with indigenous communities to ensure your fishing hole doesn't get polluted? A party that makes sure that your local diner doesn't get wiped off the map by endless fast food chains. A party that makes Main Street mean something. And liberals, don't you want to be part of a party of innovation? A party that reaches out to the stars and finds cures for cancer. A party that finds new and exciting ways for America to become a bright and beautiful melting pot. Don't you want to be the party of medical research and high-speed trains? We could have this. These could be our options if we wanted them to be. Because conservatives, I don't want to ruin your way of life. I'm a good old-fashioned Appalachian church boy. I want to keep biscuits and mud wrestling and quilting. But you have to understand that there cannot be compromises on basic human rights. That there are other people who have ways of life they also want to conserve, and people who have, historically, had their rights and way of life stripped away. And until you realize that, we cannot compromise. We cannot heal this nation. We cannot create a future where we both move forward into prosperity. You are part of a party right now that isn't good for anyone, including you. Your desire to stay stuck in a past that never even existed is distracting you from what is happening right now. What happens when you burn it all down? Yeah, you got your anger out, but what then? What world do you actually want to build? A world where no one wants to be around you? A world where your kids won't speak to you because you keep saying and doing terrible things? You have two choices. Creating a world where we all win, or creating a world where you're a loser, even if you win. Because this is your crossroads. You have the power, and you have the choice. Do you want to be miserable and in charge, or do you want to be happy and share the world with people who are different than you? Those are your choices. There aren't any others. And this window of opportunity is closing faster than you think. And once it is closed, you will have to face the miserable life you've brought upon yourselves and everyone else. I don't care about winning. I care about actually conserving things. I care about conserving dignity and culture and architecture and tradition. I care about the people on Main Street. I care about coal miners and fast food workers and trash collectors. I think those laborers are the backbone of society. I care about conserving the environment and Christianity and basic human rights. The question is, do you? Because if you just want to burn it all down, what is there to conserve but ashes?